Kawhi Leonard will not play in the NBA playoffs because he is hurt. Even though the Spurs doctors have deemed Kawhi Leonard healthy and totally capable of playing right now. You know, it's funny. I compare the Spurs and the Patriots all the time. I think there are endless parallels between the Patriots and the Spurs. They both are system reliant. They have really good, stern coaches who do not like the media. They rely on veteran players. They do more with less. They win more with less talent. They have championships. I mean, the comparisons between the Patriots and the Spurs go on and on and on. And it's funny, there's this big difference right now. Kawhi Leonard is nervous to play. He's hurt and he's scared. He doesn't want to go back in. He doesn't trust the Spurs doctors. And the Spurs are saying, hey, Kawhi, you're healthy, come play. So I want to remember there's a moment in the Patriots dynasty, because I compare the Spurs and the Patriots all the time. The huge moment in the history of the Patriots is when the New England Patriots chose to commit to Tom Brady rather than Jimmy Garoppolo. The Patriots traded away Jimmy Garoppolo. Never forget, I will never ever let the Patriots fans and their organization forget. The Patriots once had Jimmy Garoppolo, and everything he does could have happened in New England except they got rid of him. That was a huge, huge pivotal moment in the Patriots franchise. I think a big mistake. I believe the way that the San Antonio Spurs are handling Kawhi Leonard's injury is just as equally bad a mistake. The way the Spurs are handling Kawhi Leonard right now is ridiculously bad. Right, wrong, or indifferent. No matter which side is correct, I actually side with the Spurs. I think the Spurs are right. I believe Kawhi Leonard should play. Whether they're right or not, you can't really dispute. The Spurs have handled Kawhi Leonard very, very poorly. They haven't done it. They haven't done well. I mean, the Spurs have called Kawhi Leonard out publicly for not playing. They've spread rumors about him. The Spurs have put a wedge between them and Kawhi Leonard. They have driven a wedge between them. I honestly I do not believe the media is making a big enough deal out of this. Why are we all acting like this isn't a huge story? Jimmy Garoppolo gets traded. It's a big deal. The Spurs are ruining their future with Kawhi Leonard, their best player, and we're not making a big enough deal out of it. That's because, I honestly believe it's because Kawhi Leonard isn't very loud. What if this happened? What if the Spurs were treating LeBron James the way they're treating Kawhi Leonard? What if the same thing happened to LeBron James? We would see headlines everywhere. We would see giant stories all over the place. Not to mention, so it would be big news, not to mention there's no way in hell LeBron James would stay in San Antonio. I truly believe the Spurs lost Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is gone. He's not going to play for the Spurs. Maybe he finishes out his contract. Maybe he doesn't. I believe Kawhi Leonard is done in San Antonio. And again, even if the San Antonio Spurs are right, I actually agree with the Spurs. I think if you're hurt, screw it. You should play. Buck up. It's the playoffs. Let's go. But even if the Spurs are correct, the Spurs have completely mishandled the Kawhi Leonard situation. Every single athlete is unique. I work with all kinds of people. I worked with people throughout my life. I was once a dairy manager at Safeway. You can't talk to everybody the same way. Each person is unique. If you're a good leader, you understand the uniqueness and the certain ways you need to talk to everybody. You handle everybody differently. And the Spurs did not handle Kawhi Leonard very well. They talked behind his back. They called him out publicly. They spread rumors. They used all these weird backhanded talk. They were very indirect. That is not how you keep a guy around. That's not how you build trust with your franchise player. I've said this before. I'll say it again. If my buddy was dating a girl and she took all of their private issues and called him out publicly rather than dealing with it privately, I would say, dude, you got to break up with that girl. That girl's crazy. The Spurs are doing the exact same thing to Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs' best player, the San Antonio Spurs' best player, Kawhi Leonard, is going to leave their franchise because they treated him poorly. Don't forget that. The Patriots traded Jimmy Garoppolo The Spurs had Kawhi Leonard. They treated him badly, and now he's going to leave. This should be a bigger story than it is. I honestly believe. I cannot believe the way the Spurs have treated Kawhi Leonard. It is a tragedy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. If you understand Reddit, that'd be a big help. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by sharing it with your friends. And if you really love Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Google Play, everywhere you find podcasts. Subscribe and help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports.